The Claude Agent SDK makes it easy to build autonomous agents that can write files, run commands, and maintain conversational state. These agents can correct their own work as they operate, often running as long-lived processes that maintain and evolve their internal state over time. It's amazing to watch an agent work a bit like a developer, noticing a package is missing and taking the step to install without guidance, for example. But giving an AI agent the ability to execute code also means it can end up doing things you did not intend. It might run commands you didn't ask for, read files outside of its scope, consume more resources than expected, or interfere with other workloads on the machine it's running on. So these are the risks you take when running untrusted code directly on a host machine. To keep your infrastructure safe, agents need to run inside fully isolated execution environments that isolate their file system, network, processes, and resource usage from the rest of your environment. Basically, it's a sandbox where you can build whatever you want or whatever your agent wants to build, and then knock it down when you're done. Today, I'll show you how to use the Claude Agent SDK with Koyeb Sandboxes, which provide fast, scalable, fully isolated environments for safely executing AI-generated code. We'll build a simple autonomous agent running inside a Koyeb sandbox. Now, this example is really simple and straightforward to get you started, but I'd love to hear about more complex use cases you'd like to see. For this tutorial, you'll need a Koyeb account, a Koyeb API key to create and manage sandboxes, a Claude API key from Anthropic to use the Claude Agent SDK, Python installed on your machine with a minimum version of 3.10, and UV installed to manage Python dependencies. To start, create a new project and open it in the IDE of your choice. Then create a new Python project using the UV init command. Use the UV add command to add the Koyeb Python SDK. Now open the main.py and replace the contents with this code. You can find a link to the complete code example in the description. This code creates a new Koyeb sandbox using Python as a base image on a small instance type. With Koyeb sandboxes, you can choose any image or instance type, including GPUs, so they're flexible for a variety of use cases. We then install the Claude Agent SDK and copy a script that uses the SDK to the file system. The script creates and executes a Python script that writes hello world to a text file. We execute the script using Python workspace agent.py and then read the contents of the hello world text file that results from the agent's actions. We're almost ready to run the script, but first we need to set a couple of local environment variables: your Koyeb API key and your Claude API key. You can get your Koyeb API key in the API tab of settings in the Koyeb control panel. Keep in mind this token won't be accessible again, so make note of its value. For your Claude API key, head to the API keys section in the Anthropic console. Once you have the keys, set them in the environment using the export terminal command. Okay, our environment is set up, we've added the required code, and we added our envars, so we're ready to run the app. Use UV run to run the code. We can follow along in the terminal as the script outputs the contents of the workspace hello world text file, resulting from the execution of the Python script performed by the agent. We can also head to the Koyeb control panel and watch as the sandbox is spun up, our code is executed, and then the sandbox is deleted. And that's it. You now know how to use the Claude Agent SDK with Koyeb sandboxes to build an AI agent that can execute code in a sandboxed, isolated environment. We turned natural language queries into Python code and executed that securely, returning results safely in a fully sandboxed environment. So what tutorials would you like to see next? Let me know in the comments if you're interested in seeing a more in-depth example using Claude Agent SDK, maybe a look at other code gen platforms, other applications of sandboxes, or something else entirely. Thanks for watching.